Honestly, I can't do Kurt Hennig versus Dolph Ziggler, so The Miz versus Roddy Piper is just as good and a solid replacement for what would be an incredible contest between two of the very best. But instead, we go charisma versus charisma, The Miz versus Roddy Piper. Over the top rope goes Piper. The Miz, I think he may try and toy with Piper this entire time. But I think The Miz will do his best as he plants Piper on the floor and drops him with a knee. The Miz is one of the most consistent WWE superstars and one that is a stable presence within the company. And the fact of the matter is, there ain't nobody better than The Miz when it comes to putting in a solid performance. Also, comparing Miz to anybody, maybe not heat-wise, but charisma-wise, I I definitely would chalk The Miz up with Hot Rod Roddy Piper. Right up there. You know, and you never know who the legends are going to be. You never know what's going to happen. I've said it before and I'll say it again that the Steiner brothers will be featured prominently when we make the change. As a six-person tag team match seems to be something I would love to do. And also, it's the only way you could take advantage of Scott Steiner being in WWE. Because Scott Steiner will never be in a WWE, will never be in WWE ever again. So, you know, you gotta take advantage of it when it's there. The Miz seems to be going for the gourd buster a lot, but Roddy Piper outsmarts The Miz. Roddy Piper outsmarts The Miz, but The Miz gets back up. Piper outsmarts The Miz again by getting back down. Miz sends Piper into the corner. Again, in a sight you'd only see in WWE 2K, but The Miz face wash to Roddy Piper. And a big boot to the Musha Piper. And follows it up immediately with a lateral press, but Piper kicks out before the count of one. And a boot right to the Musha Piper. Miz is like a shark that smells blood in the water, to be honest with you. Drop kick by The Miz to the back of Piper. The Miz is staying on a Piper Miz is staying on Piper like Piper's going out of style. Like plaster on a wall. Miz is staying on Piper like plaster on a wall, but the fact of the matter is, that ain't gonna change much if nothing happens. See, the sad thing is, there are 90% of the time when I don't, purposefully attempt to go for that. Piper gets kneed to the side of the head by The Miz. Miz gets caught by Piper and planted. Piper's up in the middle rope. It looked like a knee. Looked like maybe a diving knee, but I'm not sure. Looked like it was supposed to be a diving knee. Miz. Vintage Miz. Vintage Miz with that one. Vintage Miz with that DDT. And he goes right to Piper. He goes again for Vintage Miz, but Miz misses the lariat. Piper slams him face first into the canvas. Miz reverses Piper. Miz follows up Piper, and he's going up top. Miz grazes Piper, it looked like, with an elbow drop. Right to the mush of the hot rod with the knee. follows up with that DDT again, pointing out why it is trademark Miz. Miz attempted a looked like a sleeper hold, but I think he rethought it because of who he was doing a sleeper to. Mongolian cross chop. Piper puts Miz on his shoulder and deposits him across the top rope, knocking the wind out of the Miz. And now Piper does what Piper does, showing why he is still one of the best strikers, and then he throws a slap in for good measure. Jumps on the arm of the Miz. And speaking of the sleeper hold, Piper's got it locked in. Piper's got the sleeper locked in, but the Miz is fighting. Jawbreaker. Stuns Piper. Backbreaker by the Miz. And he's attacking the forehead of the Hot Rod. Miz. Piper reverses Miz. Miz reverses Piper. And upcoming skull crushing finale. And Miz beats Piper. The fact is, you can tell me down in the comment section below who you would like to see in one of these matchups. I do have ideas, but I would love to hear yours. And let me know down in the comment section below if you would like to see more of The Miz as well. Because it's been a while since The Miz has been present. And that could pretty easily change if you guys let me know that this is something you want to see more of. And if you do, who you want to see. With that being said, though, I will see you in the next video.